Welcome back everyone to another tutorial video for MLB The Show 23, and today we're going to go over defensive and fielding mechanics in MLB The Show 23. This is a follow-up to our pitching and hitting tutorial video, so if you haven't already, make sure you go catch up on those. There will be links in the description. Before we get started today, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification because that's how YouTube will let you know when we have new content just like this drop on that channel. Mondays and Fridays we'll be doing Out of the Park Baseball 24 rebuild with the Chicago Cubs. If you haven't already, checked those out as well. And if you haven't already, follow us over at twitch.tv/Brian Evolved for our live streams, and that's where we do all our live streaming on the internet. And of course, follow us on Twitch and TikTok at Brian Evolved as well. All right, so today we're going over defense and fielding, and there has been a significant enough change in MLB The Show 23 as opposed to what you saw with pitching and hitting if you are familiar with this series, and that is a part of the button accuracy throwing interface. But we're going to start from the top here because this is especially for our newbies that are joining us this year. There's three interfaces that you can use to throw in MLB The Show. Now, there's buttons, and if you look at your controller, it's shaped just like a baseball diamond. So A button on Xbox, X on the PlayStation is going to be home, B or circle is going to be first, triangle or Y is going to be second, and then square or X will be third base. Now, there's also something called analog, which, look at your right analog stick, it's a circle, I understand that, but same method here applies. So if you flick down home, flick to the right first, second is up, and then third is over to the left. This is as simple as just flicking it. Now, with the game, it's going to heavily rely on your fielder's fielding abilities. So same thing with buttons, has no control for you, and that's kind of the downside of those input methods. While they're easy to use, you can't really control it, and to me, I hate that. I hate not having control. I hate having that random generated thing just happen to you when you're playing a game, especially one like this where things can get real competitive. So I'm not going to show you specifically how to use those in this game because A, it's pretty straightforward, and B, you really can't see me actually do it anyway. We're going to talk about button accuracy in depth here because that's going to be the one that if you want full control, and chances are you don't need a video to show you how to press B to throw to first. You may need a video on how to throw accurate to first, which we will do. There are a couple other options here. You can play with them. They're all individualized if you're going to enjoy using them or not. Me personally, throw canceling, if this isn't on, I always make sure it's on. This is going to be very important if you have a bad throw that's going to be thrown into the stands, and this is a way for you to kind of save that. Fortunately, you may have someone get on base, but it'll save it from being an extra base in the process. Catch position indicator, I keep it on drifting ball. Most people do as well. If you want to switch it up, you can. And then dive jump, this will allow you to have a 2-button method input or a one button method input. That's really hard to say. So 2 buttons, right bumper or R1 button will let you jump, and then right trigger R2 will let you dive. And if you have 1 button, the computer's going to decide what is the more appropriate action in that situation. All right, so right now you're just going to see a routine fly ball just so you can see the game in action here. And Hap is going to look up at a home run. How about it? That really doesn't help us at all. Pop it up. There we go. I'm not sure why the game would even have that possibility happen here. So as you see, the ball gets smaller as the ball actually gets closer to the field. And you want to get into that air. Once again, what is going on here? Stroman just serving up taters all day, and that's not what I'm here for. Pop it up. All right, this is actually kind of a good example here. So see those arrows going up? Green is about when you want to time it, and what to take it away? He robbed it. Come on. All right, as you can see, this game is just going. It's going rogue right now. This is awesome. I'm glad I'm recording this. So again, you want to go in that circle there, or the baseball there, as it gets bigger. As you get into the center, you will feel a vibration if you have vibration on, and you kind of know exactly the sweet spot that you need to be in. Now we'll try to see if we can force error here. No. If you get into a certain spot, your fielder won't get to it because the game will lose that ability to lock you in. See if I can time it here perfectly. And there we go. So that's kind of what it looks like if you're out of it. Your fielder will look like he has a big struggle getting to the ball. And look at him, he's going home. And he's easily thrown out. I don't know why he was running. So you did get to see the button accuracy meter there in action. We're going to kind of explain it here in just a second. again, so I mean, when it comes to fly balls, it's the easiest part of the game when it comes to just moving your guy there and just getting right underneath it. You don't have to worry about throwing it. You don't have to do anything else. Just catch it. You don't have to press any buttons to catch it. It just does it automatically. And as you saw there, I was just trying to force an error. The game will kind of just push you into the catching zone there for you, and you'll catch it. Now, again, your fielder's abilities will come into play at some point where errors will happen. And if you don't do your best to mitigate that by getting underneath it every single time, you should be okay though. All right, so what you're going to see here, what we're going to force here is a double play ball. So it's going to be hit the shortstop, we're going to throw it to second, and then we're going to throw it first. As you saw that meter come up, again, this is for people that are new to this series. I'll pause in between because it's just going to keep going. And I'll overlay this so you don't just hear me talking to see nothing to... Anyway, moving on. You see the meter there where it's red, yellow, or green. Now, there is something different about this year, which I'll explain here in just a second, but obviously green is the best part. If you hit in the green, you don't have to worry about it. Everything will be roses. You hit in the yellow, this is where it changes. So last year, if you threw it in the yellow, chances are it's going to be a ball that's dropped, a ball that's fumbled in the dirt, things like that. In this year, however, if you hit in the yellow, it's not a guaranteed miss every time. Say you're throwing it to first, you're throwing off your back foot, and you're throwing it there. You throw it in the yellow, you're probably throwing it in the dirt. However, if your first baseman's a good first baseman, just like in real life, they can pick it out of the dirt. So you will see that happen in the game from time to time. We'll try simulating if we can, give you an idea what it looks like and that it is possible to actually make plays happen. It's not a guaranteed miss like it pretty much used to be in the past. But moving on here, we're going to try getting that actual accuracy meter here to move around a little bit, and we might have to change away from a double play ball, but to give you an idea, once again, this is what it looks like. Again, we want to be in the green, Now we got a fast guy going to first and second here, so pulling off this double play has not been easy. Swanson gloves it, throws over to second, back over to first. Still not in time. Double plays are just not happening. Oh, this one's really down there in the hole. So you saw there I was throwing the red, and throwing the red, it's not always a guaranteed miss either. It's off the bag. I'm going to throw it here in the red. Get an idea. See, it pulls them off the bag if you're in the red. Down to Swanson. See if we can get it in the yellow. That's in the yellow. So you saw him pick it out of the dirt right there. That's what can happen this year. It's not going to be your best throw, but it's still something that if your first baseman is capable, then he'll throw it, or excuse me, he'll pick it out of the dirt. Let's turn this. And you can also preload your throws there. So you might have saw the meter go before I actually got the ball at second. So this also gives you kind of a chance. If you screw up, you may have a second chance to fix it. Now, when you got a guy with 99 speed, you're not fixing it. You're not getting him out. Even if you preloaded it and you're perfect, as you can see, it's still hard to get him out because that extra time to throw to second, then throw to first to get a guy that's really fast out, it's almost pointless to even try. Next, we got Swanson here. Just going to be hit the short. As you saw, that meter moved. So if you are familiar with this game, that might be new to you. In this game, the meter moves a little slower than it used to in the past. And I'd like to have a much better opportunity here where it's a little harder to throw. And you got to see it there firsthand. Here we go. So the meter will move with you, and it makes it a little harder. It makes it a little more challenging. And unlike last year where it was static, it moves this year. So it makes it harder, as I just said, makes it more challenging, makes it more rewarding, but it gives you that control over the game as well as adding a different mechanic to the game. Swanson is a gold glover, so we're good to go there. So you can see what wrong timing here will do, and then what good timing will do. Throws it immediately out of the glove, good throw to Hosmer, in time for the play. Throw in the red here. Gets it out quick, but Hosmer gets pulled off the bag, resulting in an E6 because Swanson didn't set his feet and throw it. Set his feet there, threw it, and gunned him out. How about it? But this is a good spot to figure out that timing mechanic. And of course, every fielder is different. And there you go, beautiful pick out of the dirt by Hosmer. And when we get to the outfield again, you'll see where the accuracy can become a little different. All right, so now we got a fly ball left field runner at third, and we're going to throw it home. you see that yellow line? That's where Hap's going to get a nice little gather here. And because he's trying to throw a long distance there, that meter was really small. That blue line is where you want to hit it for your best accuracy. Both times. Now, Hap doesn't have the greatest arm, but that blue is going to get you your perfect throw here. And this is going to give him a chance to crow hop. Chucks it in there. Much better throw, but not in time. So if you get that blue line, you're looking at perfect throws all the way through. I guess it's also dependent on your fielder's abilities here. And because Hap doesn't have a cannon, throwing it from left straight to the home plate is not going to really result in much. Even hit the cutoff man is not working out well in our favor either. Blue line is going to be your direct throw from home. This is going to be more important for your cutoff guy too, because your cutoff guy hits that spot, you may be in luck. Bellinger doesn't get much here, and I missed on both of them. And you saw Barnhart have to move a little bit off the plate. Now, if you hit that line perfectly, he's not moving because that throw is going to be perfect right on the money. So Bellinger's going to get a chance to crow hop here. And what kind of stinks there is you saw the camera shift a little bit, and I lost control of that, or excuse me, I lost vision of that meter from when Swanson got it. Oh, that's one, just an easy run scored here for the Phillies. All the way to the track. And there you actually see the meter move a little bit because things are getting a little dicey at that point. Now, at this point, if this were a particular play that happened in a game, probably wouldn't bother throwing home, especially if there's more runners on base here, because, of course, you want to protect any advancing runners in the process. Again, still didn't get it. This actually might get him. Get him! Get him! Ah, we aren't going to get him. That's speed, that's sacrifice fly territories we already talked about. But that's a basic idea of fielding there. It's something that you just got to get a feel for. It's a much different mechanic as opposed to hitting and pitching where you're not lining up all these different things, and it can get confusing. I get it. It's still hard to master, even if you play this game for several years like me. But with fielding, it's different. You're just holding down a button and just letting go. And again, it's something that you may want to just jump into practice mode and figure out how to do for yourself instead of just jumping straight into a game and hoping for the best. But if this video helped you out, don't forget to like it, all right? That helps other people just like you find this video. And then share this video with a friend who just got MLB The Show for the first time and is looking for some tips on how to play the game. And if you haven't already, check out our fielding and pitching tutorial videos because that's another part of baseball. You want to get good at the whole game or just fielding? That's what I thought. All right. And again, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification and then follow us all over social media. Again, just search @BrianEvolved. You will find us over there. And if you want to get a certain tutorial video, whether it's about Diamond Dynasty, whether it's about franchise, let me know in the comment section and we will work on it. Someone commented that they wanted a fielding video last week. Lucky for them, we're already working on one. But let us know if you want to see something about the game. Maybe you want to know how to flip cards. That's a fun part of things in Diamond Dynasty. We might get into that too. So again, let me know in the comment section down below on what we should do on our next tutorial video. And again, thank you for your support. It means the world to me. And baseball season's back. And it's just the greatest thing in the world. Except when the Cubs get postponed. I don't get it. It's raining. Who cares? Play. Whatever. Thank you.